I have low zinc. Can you fix it? Where's the please? All right, so let's talk about zinc and its symptoms, foods that contain zinc, and then we'll talk about zinc dosing. So zinc is an essential mineral, but it's estimated that about 17% of the world's population is at risk of developing a zinc deficiency because of either a lack of zinc in their diet or poor zinc absorption. Zinc functions include maintaining nervous, immune, reproductive system health, along with hair, skin, and health, to name a few. Foods that include zinc include oysters, beef, fortified cereal, chicken, and nuts like cashews and almonds. Now, some benefits of zinc that you've probably heard are its functionality in the immune system, being able to reduce common cold frequency and common cold length duration. Although those were common benefits that people know about, the studies had high risk of bias and very small amounts of people. So taking zinc for that specific purpose, probably not going to make a huge difference in your life, but it's still beneficial to supplement with zinc, as we'll see later on in this video. Another benefit of zinc is in eye health, especially in age-related macular degeneration or AMD. According to this study, taking antioxidant vitamins plus zinc probably slows down the progression of late age-related macular degeneration. Now, this supplement here contains lots of vitamins and also zinc. The amount of zinc oxide in here is 80 milligrams, 40 milligrams taken twice a day. And I'll get into the different formulations of zinc a little bit later on in the video because there are lots of them on the market. All right, so now we're going to go over a micronutrient blood test for a patient just to see kind of where their vitamin and mineral levels are at, and then we'll take a look at their zinc. So we have vitamin A almost as a deficiency, vitamin B1 is decent, it's almost average, their B2 is almost deficient, their B3 is also almost deficient, and then we have their B6, which is almost deficient, right on the border. B12 is okay, their B5 is almost deficient, their vitamin C is also almost deficient. All these would probably show up as a deficiency on a different day of a blood test because they're all right on the border, so maybe that day is just not showing as a rounding error for all these deficiencies. But most likely if we tested it on a different day, a lot of these will show up as a true deficiency because they're right on the border. Now, vitamin D, as we can see, is actually deficient. If you want this to be in the 60s and 70s range, it's at 26.8 for this patient. Vitamin E is below average, K1 below average, and then their vitamin K2 is also below average. Their folate is pretty good, right on average. Their calcium is good at 10. Their manganese is okay at 0.9. And then here we go on the bottom here, we have zinc. As we can see, the reference range is at 0.5 to 1 micrograms per milliliter, and this patient is at 0.4 on this particular day. Optimal zinc should be around 0.65, 0.7. That's kind of where we want it to be. Zinc deficiency from this particular patient is probably from a lack of zinc in their diet because they don't eat much seafood and their meat consumption has also been reduced recently. Now, in terms of dosing, the recommended daily intake of zinc is 11 milligrams per day for men and 8 milligrams per day for women, although it is higher for pregnant and lactating women, being around 11 milligrams per day as well. Now, foods that contain high amounts of zinc are oysters, beef, chicken, whole grains, nuts, things of that nature. As you can imagine, a lot of vegetarians have a deficiency in zinc because they're not eating any beef. And also a lot of whole grains contain phytates in them, and what these phytates do is they bind to zinc and prevent its absorption. So it's even worse for vegetarians because since they're not eating a lot of beef, they're eating more whole grains, and more whole grains equals more phytates equals less zinc absorption. So it's been said that vegetarians probably need at least 50% more for the recommended daily intake of zinc, bringing men's RDA for vegetarians at 17 milligrams per day and women up to 12 milligrams per day. Something to keep in mind, however, if you take high amounts of zinc for a long period of time, you probably will fix your zinc deficiency, but in the meantime, you may cause a copper deficiency because zinc can block the absorption of copper. So you might fix one, but you might mess up another one. So you don't want to take high doses of zinc for a prolonged period of time. Now, there's many different forms of zinc, such as zinc oxide, zinc picolinate, zinc glycinate, zinc gluconate, zinc citrate. They're all pretty much the same when it comes to bioavailability and absorption. However, zinc oxide has the most side effects to it. It can cause nausea if you're taking it on an empty stomach. Also, it can cause diarrhea if you take too much of it. So zinc oxide is the one I would avoid if I can. All the other ones are pretty much similar. Zinc glycinate has glycine in it, so it may be beneficial to take that one at night to help you sleep, as the glycine will help you sleep. But if you just want to take a regular zinc supplement daily or find one that's good in a multivitamin, then zinc gluconate or zinc picolinate is good enough. All right, and here we have this patient's micronutrient custom blend. We can see all the vitamins and minerals that they're deficient in. We kind of put them in there. And then here's the zinc glycinate. We put 20 milligrams of it in there. This is mostly to try to get that zinc back up to about 0.65, 0.7. And then in 3 months, we will retest, see where their zinc levels are at, and then either increase or decrease the dose based off of those levels, because we want to make sure that this patient has enough zinc. Also, we are going to take into account their copper levels, make sure that that is not fluctuating much as well. I didn't show their copper levels previously, but here it is right here. It's at 0.8. Reference range is 0.6 to 1.8. So it is also on the border almost deficient. We did add a small amount of copper so that, that high dose of zinc doesn't, make this copper go deficient. So we want both of these levels to become optimized. We're going to retest in 3 months and see where this patient stands, and then increase or decrease each of these doses, all of these vitamins and minerals, based off of their most recent blood test. Blood testing your vitamin and mineral levels is very important to know where you stand. I'm a big believer that knowing your vitamin and mineral levels is just as important as any other biomarker when it comes to health. Having your vitamins and minerals and other supplements tailor-made for you, just like any other medication, is highly beneficial, because now you're only taking what you need, when you need it, and how much of it you need, never taking an excess amount of it. We offer vitamin testing and custom vitamins. The link is in the description if you want to check it out. But for now, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.